at UNLV. Someone's shooting inside the office.
Should come in or what?
Hey.
I'll stop for a little bit, okay? You guys take your time, man.
Go, go, go! Let's go, please! Active shooter, love you.
I really want to go.
Only 10 days before Christmas break, the thunder of gunfire annihilates the holiday cheer at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. As an army of law enforcement descends on the campus, they must fight through chaos and confusion to save lives and put an end to this terrifying madness. As the seconds tick by in this high-pressure mission, the officers find that evil comes in many forms.
I should be a kid to be like, oh, he got mental issues. Get out!
It's December 6, 2023, and students at UNLV are enjoying a typical day of university life, with perhaps nothing more urgent on their minds than the upcoming holiday break and the impending pressure of finals. If there's a dark cloud overhead, it doesn't seem that anyone at the school has noticed. Nor does it appear that anyone notices when a black 2007 Lexus pulls slowly onto the property and stakes out a parking space in front of Beam Hall, the epicenter of UNLV's prestigious Lee
I
Business
don't trust
School.
Lexus drivers.
The man who gets out of the car is wearing a long black overcoat, but there's little else to distinguish him from any other faculty member on campus. As he retrieves some things from his car, he could be anyone. No one pays any attention as he walks into the building.
Overcoat,
in front of the
overcoat.
student union, life goes on as normal.
That's suspicious.
But this day is about to change.
911 emergency, Hopkins 2024. Do you need police, fire, or medical?
I need the police, please.
What's the address?
I'm at BEH, at UNLV. Someone's shooting inside the office. Please hurry.
Okay, all right, are you at UNLV?
Yes.
How long ago did you hear the shots?
They're happening right now.
How many shots have you heard?
Like 5. I'm hiding under my desk. I closed my door. It's locked.
From the time the initial 911 calls go through, it's only a matter of moments before police on campus respond to the scene. Indeed, the first sign of trouble from the plaza next door comes when a single university police officer runs in the direction of Beam Hall.
I heard them screaming.
Who did you hear screaming?
I don't know. I think they were on the right of me. I'm on the 4th floor.
Did you hear them say anything?
No, just screaming. I heard the shots four, and then I heard screaming.
Okay. Do you know if anybody's injured?
I don't know. I'm in my office. I closed the door.
Okay. What do you hear?
There's an alarm.
That was an alarm? Okay. Okay. Who else is in the office with you?
By myself. I really want to go home.
The woman's sentiment will be shared by everyone in Beam Hall as news of the shooter spreads. But even at a moment when many in the building would like to escape, others are bravely rushing to the scene.
Beam Hall! Second floor!
The university police officer
These
is the
alarms are
first
actually
one
really
in the
good at
building, arriving only 7.
Chat, is that made to make noise so that like people can get out without like the guy hearing like anything? Is it like to fucking overload his senses? That's actually so fucking good. I thought about that
the
last
first
time a while back
911
too.
call. Those reports are still pouring in, tasking dispatchers to gather vital details from traumatized and terrified callers.
It was on the 4th floor at the Lee School of Business at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. I heard shots fired, and I heard screaming afterwards.
With calls reporting the shooter on multiple floors, the first police on the scene must be on high alert, knowing that the gunman could be literally anywhere.
Move, move, move! Get out of my way! Close. I got open door. Open door.
Copy, clearing upstairs. Work forward.
Let me see your hand! Hands! Let me see your hand! Hands!
The building is filled with students and faculty members, which will only make it that much harder to identify the shooter at a glance. But even as the first responding officers move carefully through the hallways, a massive police response is mobilizing.
Sounds like an active shooter. Active shooter, love you.
Officers from both the University Police Department and the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department are rushing to the campus, knowing that mere seconds could make the difference between life and death for so many innocent people. As the first cop car rolls up to Beam Hall, panicked students continue to pour out of the building. Moments later, even more police descend onto the intense scene. If the shooter is still in the building, he will soon be massively outgunned.
Nobody's transmitting.
It's gonna be this one upstairs. Sit upstairs.
As more officers enter the building, those arriving on scene warn that their emergency response could make things worse if they aren't careful.
750, we do have a lot of students running everywhere just for these units arriving. Watch your speed.
But it's clear that time is of the essence, not only in terms of stopping the violence, but also when it comes to rescuing victims. 2 police officers are approached by a man with a gunshot wound to the chest. Amazingly, he's on his feet, but the need for emergency medical care is unmistakable. The scene is not secured by EMTs, however, so the police do what they have to do to get the victim to an ambulance as quickly as possible.
Where's the victim?
He's in the back right now. Keep going.
You can't drive like that with that open. Just take him out to Maryland.
But the injured man is only one of thousands of people on campus this morning, and police know that finding and neutralizing the shooter is their top priority.
Well, fuck the SOP when that shit happens, to be honest.
Please show me your hands! Clear. Show me your
Let me see your hand! Hands!
You guys see the shooter? No? All right. Go on. I'm with you, go. Police, anybody in here? Show yourself!
I'm not even annoyed at the alarm.
The
I
fluid
kind of like
and
it.
immediate nature of the situation has arriving cops unsure about what to do or where to go, putting them at a disadvantage when it comes to stopping, or for that matter, even identifying the shooter.
We're not
I don't know
standing
why.
by.
Maybe
Where
it's
is
because
the shooter?
I know it's being effective, you know?
Okay. Where was the person shot?
I don't know that yet either. I just got here. Let's go!
715, yeah, we're gonna need some additional units here. It's Beam, Baker, Easy, Adam, Mary Hall. We need you with us. I'm to your right.
Damn, this is actually insane.
Get out!
It's like impossible to peek properly.
Third floor.
They're doing their best, but like you go up the stairs,
There
like I
will
could
be
have been
time
across.
later to process the events of this chaotic day and any mistakes that might be made in the heat of the moment. For now, police must do the best they can with the limited information they have, and frightened parents must do the same.
911 emergency, Newhouser, 1486.
Yes, hi. I'm calling because I received a text from my daughter from UNLV.
Okay.
Are you aware of what's going on?
Yeah, we are aware.
Okay. Is there any information you can give me?
I cannot give you any information at this time. We are just
Okay.
We do have units on scene, and they are working it.
Okay. Okay.
Where is she at?
Let me ask her.
Yep. Tell me where she's at.
She's at UNLV.
Okay.
Let me see if she'll text me back. I'm sorry, I'm shaking.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I understand.
What do you got?
I got shot! One victim! One victim!
Officers inside Beam Hall are getting their first look at the devastation the shooter has caused, and it isn't long before news of the fatality spreads to the still arriving units.
Another victim in room 406. She has something to the head. Oh.
It's really sad with the parents, which puts, I think it just puts them in a really tough spot, the parents, right? Because, like, they really work for their child and they want to make sure that, like, the police knows and all that, right? But at the same time, there's also people that's probably inside, right? They have, like, either information or need help, and it's cluttering the fucking the dispatch. I don't know. It's like an impossible situation, really.
This is what I signed up for. Have the shooter team make our way to the suspect and take him out.
Hey. Go! Go! Go!
Confusion is rampant, both inside the building and out, and police must make their way to get students and staff to safety.
Do we see any shooters? You don't know how many shooters. Just come all the way to us. Just come all the way to us. Hey, we can't leave them in here. Come on, let's go. Calmly, let's go. We're gonna evacuate. There's a group of kids in there. We're gonna evacuate.
Unfortunately, the officers know they cannot go fully into rescue mode because their deadly adversary could emerge from around any corner at any time.
He's still active. He's still active. Hey, Chuck, on please fire. He's still active. Be careful. Metro Police. Hold on, we got a barricade here. Police. All right, stay here. Did you hear a gunshot? Did you see who the shooter was? Stay here. Stay here. Lock the door. Lock the door, okay?
But many of the doors in Beam Hall are already locked, which isn't always a good thing. Police discover a blood trail leading into just such a room.
What is that? That's a bit. Right over the door. Hey, careful! Someone kick this door. That way. I need a boot. Okay. Hey, out. Metro Police! Metro Police, get in there! Kick it!
Even with a veritable army of police officers using their might, the door proves too sturdy. One cop goes in search of some assistance, only to demonstrate how thick the tension is here in the opening minutes of this horrific event.
Hey, going, watch where you go. Hey, give me a minute. Come here. I need breaching tools.
Stop. Hold on a second.
What do you want me to do? I'm getting breaching tools.
We need you with keys here, or give me your
I don't
keys.
have keys.
Who has keys?
The 3-star over there, right over there. She's got keys.
With so much about this appalling scene outside their control, one officer decides to at least do something about the maddening soundtrack.
Chat, yo, every time we see something like this, guys, listen, I watch a fuck ton of them. Dude, I know there's a lot of things going on that we don't know, but I always found the comms to be fucking dog shit, right? Why can't somebody else have a key, somebody else gets the breaching tools and meets them halfway? Why is it like this whole system relies on one person to do a full back and forth while everybody else is on standby?
Because moving is a lot of risk.
The loss here is massive.
There's a lot of risk
hit upon a way
in
to breach
moving
that
a whole
unyielding
bunch
door,
of people.
even without specialty tools.
Can we break through the wall?
Yeah, 15 departments, yeah, but I mean,
the wall next to the doorknob.
can't they like merge
Go 6
comms or
inches
something
off
like
the
that?
edge
And,
of
like,
the door and kick through the wall. Yeah, there you go.
I don't have.
Clear it. Clear it. Watch out.
Alright, there's only one round. It's too much risk.
turns out to be empty, just like the other many unknowns police must handle in this crisis. Indeed, even the unlocked rooms in Beam Hall are a nightmare of shadows, confusion, and hidden figures.
Police, anybody in here?
Like the fact that nobody knows what the guy looks like is ridiculous.
Police, anybody in here? Things are locked. Open door here, open door here.
While the multiple responding agencies are doing their best to coordinate a unified response, the mere presence of this many cops with this much firepower means that even the slightest mistake could prove costly.
Yo, what is this? What is going on?
The FBI is using shock lock against the door. That's the 434. Get floor.
Is that a bridging round? What is that?
It's a cop.
With the FBI, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police, and the University Police all working in the same building, the threat of friendly fire is considerable.
Blue, blue, blue! Okay, hold on. Wait up. Watch for them. Look face up so they see you're a cop, please. Oh, seriously.
However, the difficulties of a multi-department response are only one aspect of the confusion in the air on this December day.
Adam 4, 223, and 735. Fire reports a shot fired at Student Union. They're moving up to the second floor.
Student Union now.
Copy.
Charlie 712, go to Student Union. Last report, second floor.
Police respond to the building right next to Beam Hall, the Student Union, a new environment that will test their nerves as they investigate these shocking.
Well, there isn't a person that saw something or like somebody who on a camera that has can call and say, yo, got black shirt, like any can be like, how did that is still zero
Reports.
I got right.
Because they're all dead. They died. They're dead.
Keep your hands in there, bud.
We have a description?
No.
You see him? What does he look like? Go. Hey, you guys have...
Get out. Go that way.
There's people in there.
Move,
Hands.
movement.
Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. There's movement.
Hands. Does the police department come out with their hands up? Police department come out with their hands up. Let me see your hands.
Come on now. Okay, that's okay. We got to get you out, okay? We're going to get you out. Let's go.
But the police on campus can't afford to focus solely on the innocent. The author of this grisly mayhem must be stopped. Unfortunately, news of the shooter's location and description is constantly evolving.
Maybe 7 inches taller than me. He was a bit far though, and he was whiter set.
Heavy set, male, white, black, Hispanic.
He looked white to me.
Subjects on top of MPE, long hair and backpacks. 2 subjects on top of the roof of MPE with long hair and backpacks.
Did you hear that? MDE, is that behind us here? Behind me?
That's down there.
Second suspect is at 4972, that's the Best Western, right? His wife works here, he said he's the suspect involved in this.
Bald.
There are plenty of experienced officers on campus, however, and not all of them are convinced by the startling chatter coming from the radio.
Yeah, so I heard on the radio they said that they had 2 subjects come into DRI saying that they were robbed by something like that by the suspect. But that's down there, Flamingo and Palos Verde.
Robbed?
That's where we were at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Indeed, while every incoming report must be treated as plausible, some of the cops on scene know the reality of the situation better than others.
Relax. 207 550 came. We have 1 suspect down right in front of Frank and Estella.
I think at one point on the air, it came across that this building had activity, but I'm not.
That's going to be one of those echo calls.
Yeah.
You know, just like on October 1.
So I think that's why they're standing.
It is inevitable that many of the police working at the UNLV campus will be reminded of the worst mass shooting in modern American history. The 2017 massacre that was launched from the Mandalay Bay Hotel only 3 miles away. On the other hand, some officers are experiencing something entirely new.
Sorry, this is day 1 for me. What's up, dog? So, welcome.
That university police officer isn't the only one facing unique trials on this dark day. Officer Cody Schmidt, who was the first one into the building, has had to strike a balance between duty and family.
My wife is in here. Hey, Terry. Hey, Terry. Text. If you haven't left campus, you need to do it right now.
But even these pressing concerns aren't enough to keep him out of the fight.
Hey, I got a sledge! I got a sledge! I was the first one in there when the shots were going out. I just need to find out what my wife was. I was eating lunch with her. I'm cut.
Officer Schmidt isn't the only one to get injured that day.
Hey, I'm getting You got it? Don't shield me. You're good.
Jesus, this guy.
Separated my shoulder.
Jesus, this guy.
Broken sternum. Okay. I have a broken sternum. Oh, slow down. I'm so sorry.
As the officers reconvene, they know there have been victims, and some are beyond help.
How many was it? Did we see 4? 4 people down, yeah. But two of them were definitely fatal. They're just snow. No way.
As some of the officers finally manage to turn off the alarm, there's still much work to be done.
That sucks in the middle of the class. Like on a PowerPoint, you have like the notes on it down.
There's a lot. Cowards. Cowards. I should be a
Jack, we have no idea what the current context or feel the environment is at the time, because we're watching like highlights from different POVs. Somebody celebrating, and the alarm could be, this guy could have been hanging at the same spot, being like holding the one door for like fucking 3 hours straight, with being his ears getting fucking blasted.
You got mental issues.
It's not. It looks like it's a professor.
But it wasn't a student on the other end of the barrel this time.
Anthony Toledo's our suspect.
5 pounds and overcoat.
As a description of the suspect goes out over the air, perhaps a few officers are recalling an encounter they had only moments after entering the building.
Get out!
The officer's failure to identify the shooter may be regrettable. Less than a minute later, the unemployed professor confronted university police outside the front doors of Beam Hall and opened fire on one of them. It turned out to be the last thing he ever did.
Yep, we're here.
The killing of the suspect was mercifully clean, but with bullets whizzing through the air, it's a small miracle that it went as well as it did.
We'll check it. This guy just randomly picked through the wall later.
The shooter left more than carnage in his wake. He also left clues to his intentions. Police find 2 cards at the scene, each of them filled front and back with photos, names, staff titles, and room numbers. The names of 10 UNLV faculty members are found written on the cards, although none of them were among Polito's actual victims. Police also learned that Polito's campaign of terror did not begin at the university that morning. Prior to entering Beam Hall with a handgun, Polito mailed 22 letters filled with hateful sentiments to academics he perceived to have wronged him in some way throughout his career.
What?
In one, Polito wrote to one of his former co-workers at East Carolina University, "You just a lazy, no talent, no brain, think you entitled scold." The professor, a Mensa member who referred to himself as Dr. 160 IQ in the letters, also included a mysterious white powder in the envelopes, a substance that police later determined was harmless.
Classic Mensa cook.
Do you know if the guy was dead? He was the guy in the front with his brains popping out. Yeah.
Dude, the guy probably bought some fucking powder off some website or some shit like that, right? And he got scammed.
The destruction caused by law enforcement may be extensive, but it's trivial compared to the damage done by the killer. Anthony Polito's attack claimed the lives of 3 people. Che John Jerry Chang, 64, Naoko Takamaru, 69, and Patricia Navarro Velez, 39. All 3 victims were UNLV professors. Polito left one gunshot victim alive but severely injured, a 38-year-old visiting professor whose life was likely saved by the quick thinking of police officers Jacob Noriega and Ty Vesperis. Both men were awarded by the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department Foundation for their extraordinary composure and bravery. Law enforcement analysts would later assess Polito as suffering from delusions of grandeur, alongside an inferiority complex. This conclusion was arrived at in part due to Polito's personal website, which was filled with positive reviews of his classes from students, his own work supposedly deciphering a letter from the Zodiac Killer, and links to subjects he found fascinating, including the 2001 anthrax letters. Polito was solely responsible for the rampage that day. Many of the confusing calls reporting multiple suspects proved to be untrue or unrelated. Authorities said that Polito was financially struggling in the days leading up to the shooting. They found a document similar to a last will and testament at his house in Henderson. They also found an eviction notice taped to his front door. Polito had recently lost his adjunct professorship at Roseman University of Health Sciences in nearby Henderson, Nevada. Authorities confirmed that he applied to many institutions of higher education throughout the state.
Dude, I think shooters and killers like that they're obviously just really cringe, but the copycats are the cringiest of all. And dude, these days, almost all of them are somehow a little bit of a copycat. They have like little hints of stuff that they do, and it's so cringe. They emulate other people's shit. It's like, dude.
And was met with only...
I know a killer's not that guy to be, but you are not that guy. Like, you are not. You're a loser.
Including 4 from UNLV. As tragic as Polito's actions were on December 6th, he may have had even more terrifying ambitions. The intense law enforcement response may have saved more lives than we will ever know.
It's like the others that were fucking emulating
like
Dahmer or fucking like Charles Manson, whatever the fuck, and they put that in their letter, and it's like, dude, all right, bro, where did Trent go?